YouTube, model railroader fans, budget model railroader fans, friends of the Boeville Newtown, and whoever else happens to be watching this wonderful weekly brand of nuttiness. Pardon me. This happens to be vlog. Sorry, I've got something else going on at the same time. This happens to be vlog number 9 for 2017, and it just so happens that it is Sunday, March the 5th of 2017. Another interesting week. I know that model railer put up like a 30-minute video earlier this week. He's been on YouTube now for 3 years. I'm actually going to hit, let's see, I think I hit my 3 years coming this December, so I'm not too far behind you, John. But I know he gave me a shout out, so model railer, if you haven't seen John's videos, if you think I'm a nut, you need to go see John. What's going on? Anyway. Yeah, we're only 1 minute in and I'm already cracking myself up. This is not a good thing. Anyway, actually, the reason why my phone just went off, it was either Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday this week. Tuesday or Thursday this week. Actually, no, it would have been Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm sorry. I got a text message from one of the people that I work with at my church, and apparently one of his son's friends had given him a large box of train stuff. And he was like, "Look," he said, "I know you're into trains." He says, "We're really not." He says, "Do you mind taking a look at it?" So I picked it up from him after we got done working at church last night. And I brought it home, and I actually had it set up, some of it set up here on the workbench. Unfortunately, it's Lionel 027 and American Flyer. S-gauge, which I unfortunately have no use for. So I'm going to be doing some digging later on to see if I can get some ideas as to how much the stuff's going for. One of the problems that I do know he's going to have is it looks like the passenger cars, which are O-scale, the O-scale passenger cars, it looks like somebody decided that they were going to try and paint them, which kind of sucks because I think they're not metal, but you know, somebody decided that they were going to, I guess, restripe them, and they didn't exactly do too great of a job with it, but that's okay. You know, whoever gets them, they can clean them up to wherever they want with them, because he's not going to keep them. He wants to sell them off. And it looks like the Lionel O-gauge S27, or it's might be an SW7 1200. Looks like somebody painted it flat black. It looks like it may have originally been lettered for the MKT, but here again, somebody decided to paint it black. So, like I said, I'm going to have to do some digging on the internet later and see if I can come up with some ideas of how much this stuff's worth, if it's worth anything at all. I'm sure it is. It looks like the better part of it came from the late 40s, early 50s. Both of the locomotives run the American Flyer one and the O-gauge one. The American Flyer one, I never realized how heavy Lionel and American Flyer S-gauge and O-gauge really were. It's like, wow, this stuff's heavy. At any rate, I'd actually put up a post on the Friends of the Boeville Newtown Facebook group that I was going to try something tonight because. And why is that stuff's like stuck in there? Sorry. Ow! Daggone it! Wah, 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 wah. I wanted to see something here. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit tight, but we can make it work. old egg crate. Gondola car. You kind of get an idea as to where this is headed. Maybe. And I'm not so sure that scissors are a good idea for this. Yeah, maybe not. Well, maybe that wasn't such a hot idea. You can't see me. Oh, let's see what else I can get into here. Oh, yeah, that would be a good thing. Okay. Let's try it a different way here. As I shake the living heck out of the workbench here. Of course, I'm not sure this is going to work any better. But hey. One can always attempt, right? One can always attempt to do anything with anything. You know, one nice thing about doing something like this is if you screw it up, who's going to notice? A covered load of some sort, maybe. I actually kind of like that. Like I said, a covered load of some sort, right? The hey. Of course, now I've got a lot of stuff for the recycle bin. That was kind of what I was thinking about. I mean, it was like, I actually saw somebody, I think, do this the other day, and I was like, you know what? That's pretty slick. Of course, it's not on center. But it's close enough for government work, and trust me, I've done a lot of that in the past. I have. I used to work for the government, you know. I used to work for the military. I was in the military. Anyway, other goings on down here. Really not a whole lot. Sorry, that was a really quick 3-second, or probably wasn't 3 seconds. I'm sure it took a lot longer than that. You know, it was a quick little thing. I just wanted to give it a shot and see what I could do with it, because I had seen somebody else try it, and I was like, well, you know, what the hey. Sorry, my arm's in the way, I know. Still like 140 some subscribers. I think I'm well over 6,000 views. Really appreciate everybody kind of popping in from time to time and leaving their comments. I know Walt World's been on. Trying to think this last go around who all was on, who all left comments on this last one. I know Martin from over in Holland. He's been in. You know, I've got a bunch of followers. I mean, I really do, considering the fact that I'm not at the caliber that a lot of the other guys are. And of course, you know, when you take a look at like Model Railer, for instance, you know, he's into multiple modeling hobbies. You know, railroading isn't just the only one he does. He also has I think he's into model cars and things of that nature, which I did that stuff years ago and was no good at it and kind of gave up on it. In fact, I've got some kits that are sitting up underneath it here from goodness knows how long ago that I don't know if I'll ever really play with. You know, I really don't. In fact, I don't know what I did with. Oh yeah, I do. There it is. But I can't get to it. Oh yeah, I can. Oh. Of course, this came from years ago when I was actually kind of into NASCAR, and this here happens to be all 3 cars in this kit, and I just never got around to doing it, and it's been sitting here. This thing's probably been about 3 or 4 different houses by now. It's just one of those things that's kind of just. I opened it up, I was going to start on it, and I just never, I don't think I really did anything, no. Well, actually one of the kits has been opened up. It looks like the Kodak car had been opened up. But I just never did anything with it. I mean, I got a model of the forest stall sitting up there, which is falling apart. I've got a well-crafted scarab sitting up there that's falling apart. They just don't make glue like they used to. You know, that glue's only been there for probably 20-some years. But, you know, there's just not much happening down here. So, with that being said, you all know the deal. You wait for the highball. Green trucks ahead. God bless. Be safe out there, folks. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.